We want to talk a bit about the midterm elections in Arizona. So first of all, I'm going to explain something about the Senate and the House of Representatives. The Senate and House of Representatives constitutes the Congress in America, which is the legislative branch. So in the Senate, each seat has a 6-year term and is divided into 3 classes, which means that every 2 years, one of the classes is up for election. So right now in the midterm elections, it's the first class in which the seats have to be re-elected. So in the House of Representatives, it's a 2-year term instead of a 6-year term, and it's based on voting districts. So when in the Senate, every state has 2 votes. In the House of Representatives, it's based on the size of the states. So that makes quite a difference. So we have 435 representatives in total. And right now we see that there's a majority both in the Senate of Republicans, both in the Senate and in the House of Representatives. And we also see that a large majority of the Democratic seats compared to the Republican seats are up for election right now compared to the Republican seats.
So looking at Arizona and focusing on the Senate, you can see that the 2 current senators of Arizona are Jeff Flake, who is this man, and then John Kill, who is this man, who is the replacement of McCain, who died earlier this year. And the reason why this is so Arizona is such a crucial state is because it's a republic seat. There is free, and this means that the Democrats can actually win a seat. And Flake can't run again because he's incumbent, which means that the Democrats has a good opportunity to take this seat. And the current candidates running for election are Kirsten Sinema, who's a Democrat, and Martha McSally, who is a Republican. And when you look at the 2 people running for Senate this year, Sinema is leading, according to early votes, by 51%, where McSally has 49%. And this means that right now the Democrats, or according to early votes, the Democrats are leading. But looking at it now, it's still the same. And looking at Congress, 47% would like a Democratic majority, where 46 would like a Republican majority. So, right now the Democrats are the ones leading.
Yes, so let's look at one of the candidates, the Democratic candidate, who's Kirsten Sinema. And she doesn't have any prior experience in the Senate or in the House of Representatives. So her core values and what she wants to change right now is, first of all, that she wants to focus more on the families in Arizona. She wants more affordable welfare, and she wants senior help in Arizona, which is very much Democratic ideals. However, she does want tax cuts, which is more Republican, and she supports tax cuts because she knows that Arizona is majorly Republican state. This means that she can't have as radical democratic ideals and plans as in, for example, California. So we do see that she's had one current affair which has harmed her case, and that is that she's come with very liberal comments about prostitution, which some people deem that was not fitting.
And then the Republican person running for Senate is Martha McSally, and she used to be in the military, where she was in the flight force or flight department, and she is in the House of Representatives and is very closely tied to Trump and supports a lot of his ideas. And she has passed 18 bills in 3 years, which means that she's very effective and active, and she has even gotten an award for this. And right now, she has done something that kind of harms her in the way that she has stated that she supports Kavanaugh, which has reduced her voters, or the number of people who would like to vote for her. And looking at the current political tendencies in Arizona, the Democrats are more likely to be successful. And this would be because of the Red for Ed movement, which is a teachers movement, where they demand a higher salary. And then there is also a historically low approval rating of Trump, which, yeah, since he's a Republican, it would make sense that the Democrats would have a majority. And then also there are much more active Democratic voters than there used to be. However, Arizona is historically a Republican state, so this might be how it ends up being.
So let's look at the importance of the midterm elections. So right now, the Republicans have a majority both in the Senate and in the House of Representatives. That means that every time Trump tries to pass a bill or tries to change something, it's much easier for him to go through because, of course, both of these legislative or both parts of the Congress support his Republican ideals. However, if we see that we have a Democratic majority in the Senate and the House of Representatives, they can actually try to stop a lot of the things that Donald Trump wants to go through, and thus it's much harder for him to enforce Republican policies in America right now. Sources.